17 by XXXTentacion. I decided to re-listen to this because I listened to it a couple months back and I enjoyed it, but I didn't really like process I was listening to it. You know what I mean? It was like a very casual listen. So today I gave it like a proper, I'm gonna put my mind to this, just listen to every track. And I'm very glad I did because I ended up liking it a lot more. Because of how short the songs are and how short the album is, I'm just gonna give like a quick track by track ranking. I think the explanation is a super interesting introduction to the album. I love when X does that in all of his albums. He does it in Question Mark too. Um, yeah, I thought that was fascinating, and it was kind of interesting to see his perspective on it, even if it did come across as a little bit pretentious. Then after that, you get into a absolute winning streak. You go from Jocelyn Floors to Depression and Obsession to I think it was Revenge. No, I'm looking at my notes here. It's Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares. That made me shed a little bit of a tear. The duality of like him being absolutely so pessimistic and then the samples saying like don't fall asleep, carry on, like all that shit. Like I think that is such a beautiful way of describing like how he's still got like this ambition to keep going even though he's like depressed. That was a beautiful, beautiful song. Easily my favorite on here. But then you got Revenge, Save Me, which was a first time listen here. I thought that the sleepy kind of sad production fit the album cover and the album aesthetic perfectly. It was really, really good. Then Fuck Love was the last like truly great song on there. The production is great and it feels like a good like mood switch in a positive light from the rest of the album, which was a little bit like sad in a good way. I feel like it's important, but this was a nice, much needed moment of brevity on the record, kind of like Balloon from Chromacopia. My camera cut, my bad. Okay, Carry On, literally. It has some great lyrics, very interesting production, and a very good message. You know, like even though you're depressed, you can still move through it. Thought that was excellent, but I will say that it felt like it was kind of the skeleton of a great song, but as is just a good song. It was missing like a maybe a third verse, second verse. I don't even think. Yeah, I think it was just the one verse to be honest, and then the chorus. Then after that, you have Orlando, which was my least favorite track on the album. I thought it was just kind of eh. Um, the piano beat was fine. I feel like he could have rapped on it, maybe completed it a little bit more. Um, yeah, after that, you have the outro, which was fine, and then yeah, so I will say the last leg of this album was a bit weaker, but still very solid. Here's what I'd rate the album, and here's my whoa, fading out of reality right here. Here's my favorite track.